Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So this video is going to be called 3 more swirls for Dan, because Dan and I were talking about doing 3 swirls on a soap with a synthetic knot and to see how much of a luxurious lather we can build. And then Dan was like, well, what if you did it with a badger or a boar brush? And Dan had made the comment that, oh, if you were using a badger, you'd have to use like 6 or 7 swirls, you know. So I was like, well, challenge accepted. Let's test that theory and see what 3 swirls will do with the badger brush. So, or a badger knot. Anyway, so I'm going to use Lewis and Clark because I seen Dan's video earlier and he was using the Strike Gold Shave Soap. And I do have the scent notes blooming in water, so we're just going to dump the scent notes. Yeah, the scent notes blooming in water. So that's right. You do bloom the scent notes, not the soap. This Lewis and Clark smells good. So I do have my native blood brush here. So this is the 2-band badger from Chris. So I'm going to take all this water out of here. Well, not all of it, but I'm going to get a lot of this water out of here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 swirls just like I did last time. We're going to go 1, 2, and then 3. And that's 3 swirls right there. And I do have my bougie sprayer here. So we're going to take my bougie sprayer. I'm in the restroom because I just threw this together real quick instead of getting everything set up in the shave den. So we're going to start off with this badger brush and see what 3 swirls does. I've never tried doing this experiment with Strike Gold Shave Soap, but it's crazy because I could already feel the slickness of this soap on my face. So we're just going to paint it on, and just like any other soap with 3 swirls, it doesn't really look like much, but we're going to see what it does. Maybe I'll start agitating it a little bit already. I usually don't do that, but since we got such little soap on here, well, so I think it's only 3 swirls. But you can see the water is dripping. You can already see that the water is dripping off this knot because the water retention on these badger brushes is just so insane. And I did shave last night, so I really don't have any whiskers to help me build this lather. So we're just going to build it on a nice smooth face here and see what it does. See what the difference is between a synthetic and a badger. I've been using these badgers so much lately that I do prefer them over the synthetic knots. When I first started wet shaving, I did prefer the synthetic knots over natural hairs because I didn't know what I was doing and it was so easy to build a lather with the synthetics. But now the synthetics they're kind of a pain, unless I just got used to using these natural hairs so much so that I prefer them now more than I do the synthetics. And the synthetics are just like any other thing, you know. All synthetics are different. Even if you get the same model number from the same manufacturer, one's going to differ a little bit from the other one. You know what I'm saying? If you had 2 identical ones, they're not going to perform completely identical. It'll be really close, but same thing with these natural hair brushes. They're all going to perform a little bit different, maybe a lot bit different. For example, if you get a really cheap $10 Omega boar brush from Amazon and you get a really, really nice one, a really nice boar brush from Boti. You know, I think the boar knots are much, much better than the $10 Amazon Omega ones. Can't remember what the part number is. I had the part number in my head earlier, but I can't remember now. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with those $10 ones. They're great options when you first start. Really, really good options. They're really good brushes. They're just not, of course, it's a $10 brush. It's not top quality. It's not top tier. But there's really nothing wrong with them. There's just better options out there for better money. Like I said, for a beginner, a $10 boar brush for a beginner, that's not bad at all, man. So that's what I built right there so far with 3 swirls. I'm going to get, let's do 2 pumps here. And then this water I am going to paint on. And we're just gonna keep going. I don't have all the characteristics that I usually have when I'm playing with the soap and running experiments, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So that's why we're in here. That's why we're doing this. I was very interested. In my experience, the badger knots, they do hold a lot of water. They hold a lot of lather, but the boar brushes actually eat the lather. Like, it just disappears. You know, where did it go? Who knows? Nobody knows. It just disappeared. Especially when you're running experiments with Taubes or Taylor of Old Bond Street and a boar brush. For some reason, I've had like really nice lathers, not on my face, but in a bowl. I've had a decent lather and it almost disappears. Not 100%, but man, it is just like, you're like, whoa, where did it go? And that's only happened with a boar brush and Taylor of Old Bond Street. I don't know why, but that is what I found happens to me sometimes when I'm bowl lathering and I'm just playing with soaps and seeing what they're going to do, seeing how the different knots react with different soaps and whatnot. So it looks like I don't have the best density here yet. I got a little bit of cushion. I've got some slickness. Right now, as it stands, this would be a really good soap to do a DE shave or maybe a single edge shave. I would absolutely not straight razor shave with what I have on my face right now. But we're going to keep going. I don't feel confident that this is going to blow up like my Ariana and Evans three swirls with the synthetic. Yeah, that was with the synthetic. This is my first time doing it with the natural hair, but I may be surprised. Sometimes you have a thought in your head and you think something's going to work out a certain way, and it turns out to be totally different. And that's how we learn, messing around, playing around with our stuff. I like to have ideas or people give me ideas, like Dan gave me this idea where I was like, I don't know if that would work. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna do 2 pumps there, paint it in. If it does work, it'll be awesome. But Strike Gold Shave is a really, really good soap. There's nothing wrong with Strike Gold Shave. I don't know if Frank Misa over there is a straight razor shaver. He might be. Like I said, I don't know. Plus, I mean, Strike Gold Shave ain't even making Strike Shave anymore, right? I think it's Monaco over at Vanille that's making his soaps now. Using his recipes, his formula, his sense, his process, I believe. Just like Sterling is making Bear Stern Man, House of Mammoth is making C4 Spice. Actually, I think somebody else is making House of Mammoth now at this point. I think, I don't know. Don't take me to the bank with that, but all right, so that's starting to change the way it feels a little bit here. So interesting. Like I say, you never know what the soap's going to do. That's why you want to play with it. Earlier I was like, nope, this is perfect for DE shaving. I would not straight razor shave with it. But now, maybe we can. I'm not going to shave today, but I'm just saying, maybe we can. It feels a little different now. Just got to play with it, got to work it. And to be honest with you, I'm having a hard time interpreting what this soap is trying to tell me right now. So if I can't hear what it's saying, I just slowly go forward with what I know or what I think I'm supposed to be doing, because the soap hasn't said anything to me. So we'll just keep going here, painting it, taking it off the knot, painting it. Okay, so this side right here, all right, this side right here is starting to change a little bit. All right, now, let's see, let's confirm. What are you telling me? Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I could definitely tell that this side is talking to me, telling me it needs more water. This side, okay, all right, so it's starting to turn, it's starting to change. All right, I was like, at first it was mute, it wasn't telling me anything. So it's funny how it changes just so fast like that. All right, so that looks like it's starting to be starting to build a little more there. Beautiful. Beautiful little lather we got going on here with 3 swirls and a badger knot. This is badger knot soaking up and eating all this lather. It doesn't seem like it. And if it is, it's not so bad to where you couldn't be successful with this experiment here. I'm going to do another 2 pumps because that's what I've been doing. All right. Okay. So it just took a little bit for this soap to have the characteristics that I usually look for. You can see where it's starting to thin out a little bit right there. That's fine. That's exactly what we want. That means it's absorbing the water. The water's not dripping down our neck. It's not flying all over the place. So it's going to thin out and take it. And then as soon as we paint it on there and incorporate it properly into the lather, make sure you keep taking the lather off the brush. That way you're not just spreading the water on your face and all the lather is on the brush. You want to continually take that lather off, put it on your face, and paint that water into the lather. Oh yeah. Okay, well, it looked like it took that water, so I don't know. I don't think I'll do another 2 pumps there. I might put another pump on there, and that's really gonna thin it out real good, but it's gonna help us. It's gonna be a good thing in the long run. It's gonna be productive in the long run. So we'll take 1 more pump, paint it in, get it off of our face, paint it in, continue to paint this water in, then we'll agitate it. We'll see what it does. Okay, cool. I'm glad this soap's talking to me, because at first I was like, interesting. It's not telling me anything. It's kind of just letting me drive, when usually I let the soap drive and I listen to what the soap is telling me. Looks really good though. Looks real good. All right, let's agitate it. Usually I go this way on this side because my whiskers grow that way, but like I said, I just did a straight razor shave last night, so I'm super clean still. Super smooth, and I really don't have any whiskers. That's going to help me. I have a feeling that we have pushed these 3 swirls with this soap as far as it's going to go. And it does, I mean, look at it. It's not bad. 3 swirls ain't bad. With a badger brush, with a badger knot, this is not bad at all. You cannot complain about the results of this here. So my next one after this is we are going to do a boar knot. See what that does. But well, maybe we pushed it to where it said, okay, I'm ready to go. Because now it's starting to thicken up for me again, telling me it needs more water. I don't want to thin it out too thin. I just want to take it to where it tells me it's had enough. Don't want to drown it. Don't want to thin it out. I want it perfectly hydrated. I want perfect performance. I want good cushion. I want the emulsification there. I want a low density, high structure, very strong structure. I don't want a weak lather. So what we're going to do is we're going to agitate it a little more here, because there's still a lot of water inside of here. I'm just looking at my lather, looking at my walls, looking at my brush, looking at everything, trying to read what it's trying to tell me. And of course, I'm feeling what the lather is doing. Without feeling the lather, then you have no idea what it's asking of you. So that feels like it's perfectly hydrated for 3 swirls. I was going to keep track of how many pumps of water I put on here, but I didn't. I think that if I add more water to this, I think I'll start drowning it out. I could be wrong, but that's why we're going to test it. We're going to find out. How do we test it? This is how we test it. We're going to take this lather here and let's check these peaks. Nope, It's not ready. I thought it was. It feels like it's ready, man, but nope. Those peaks are telling. I mean, you could shave with it. It's definitely ready to shave. But is it hydrated perfectly the way it should be? It feels like it, but those peaks will tell me everything I need to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 more pumps. Full pumps. There's one there. There's another one there. Let's work it in properly. Okay, so you're not going to drown out, huh? Okay, awesome. What a good soap, man. I took a chance there, putting 2 more pumps, thinking I'm going to drown it a little bit. Now it's going to be too thin. But no, it's not. It is not. It's hanging onto the brush perfect. Look at that. It's not dripping. If it was too hydrated, that would be dripping right there, but it's not. It's hanging on. Good structure. All right. This is beautiful. That's what I like to see right there. So, well, this actually feels better than it did before I put those last 2 pumps on. You know, it's just goes to show you that different soap bases are, you know, they're different from one another. You know, you get these tallow-based soaps, you get these vegan soaps, and you use one for so long, and you think, oh, you know, I know what a tallow-based soap is all about, or I know what a vegan soap base is all about. No, they're all different, man. They're all different. Because I am learning right here that this soap is so different compared to what I'm used to using. Because I basically use the same soaps, just different scents all the time, which is the Cajun Blade and Adopted Acres. It's usually what I use. And this is good stuff right here too, man. There's nothing wrong with it. That feels terrific. That feels terrific. That feels like it's perfect. It feels like it's perfect, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, it's crazy because I feel like this is the best I can get it right here, which is beautiful, beautiful. But we'll agitate it. That way we can continue with that emulsification. And after we agitate it, we'll put a nice layer on our face with taking the soap out of the knot. And then we'll check the peaks again. Because it feels really, really good. It feels like this is exactly the hydration, the cushion, the density. Yeah, see that agitation right there just worked beautifully, beautifully. That's the kind of lather we're looking for right there. So Dano, 3 swirls on a badger brush. It'll work, brother. This is a nice, beautiful lather that I have here. Well, I shouldn't talk so quick, right? Because now it feels like it could take more water, but I don't know if it truly can without being counterproductive. This feels perfect. It feels perfect to me, but like I say, this is a different soap that I'm using. It might be able to take more water. We'll check. Yeah, that's very, very nice. I don't know what the lighting's like in here, so I don't know if you can see how shiny and how hydrated that is, but let's check them peaks again. Yeah, that's just... Okay, one more pump. This is wild. All right, with that one pump, I'm not going to paint it in. I'm just going to agitate it just to get it incorporated really fast, because it's basically there, man. It's basically there. At this point, I'm just trying to check to see how much it'll take before it gets to that point where I'm like, wow, look at that. I'm very impressed with this soap. Getting this from a badger brush, very, very impressive. I was thinking too, I was like, it feels like it's ready, but is it really? It feels like it's thickening up. You always got to pay attention to what the soap's telling you. Some soaps take longer than others, but we're not in a hurry, right? We shouldn't be anyway. We'll be patient when we're in here doing this. So I feel like the synthetic knot did build a more luxurious, bigger, giant lather. I don't know if the performance was any better. Because I didn't shave with it, and I'm not shaving with this either. But as far as I guess it was easier to build. It wasn't a better lather. It was an easier lather to build with a synthetic brush. To be honest with you, even though it was an easier lather to build, I think I would still rather build a lather with the natural hair, or with the Badger at this point anyway. I do like a boar brush, and I'm telling you, these Badgers they just can't be beat, man. That looks so nice. That is so slick too. I noticed the slickness from right away, almost instantly. All right, look at that, beautiful. Beautiful. There's so much soap in here. So much soap in here. This is amazing. Good soap. Frank made a really good soap here, or Monica, or whoever's making them. But this is his formula right here. So let's check them peaks, see what those peaks tell us. I like that. That looks really good. I'm gonna get a little more on this brush here, and we'll get a little on the edge here, and let's see what it's telling us here. It tells me that it could take more water. So I am gonna do one more, and I'm just gonna keep going until it's completely perfect. Agitate it a little bit. There's always the possibility that there's water lingering around, and I just need to incorporate it a little more. But you see all the water I've added to these 3 swirls, and you don't see it running down my neck, pouring down my neck. So it's not like I'm adding too much water and that it's diluted. It is not in any way, shape, or form diluted. It's still holding a strong structure. But a lot of these tests, you can't get these tests done in 5 minutes. You know, a lot of times you got to be patient, listen to what the soap's telling you, and then just move forward with whatever it's telling you. Yeah, see, that feels real nice there. It feels nice and thick. It doesn't look as thick as the lather I built with the synthetic, but it looks not as thick, but it feels super dense, super thick on my face. So let's do one more pump here. Well, you know what, let's do 2. I'm not worried about drowning it out. Good soap. And I'm not doing 2 pumps to hurry up and get to where I need to get to, or where I want to get to. I'm just listening to the soap and trying to make a good judgment of what I think this soap can take. Just keep going here. Painting it on, getting it off our face, painting it on. See, like right now, if I check the peaks right now, I think those peaks will stretch out, tell you it's perfectly hydrated, but the water, the hydration is not properly mixed into the soap. So we want to keep painting. We want to keep agitating just to make sure, so there's no doubt that water is perfectly incorporated. That made the hugest difference. I didn't think this soap could feel any slicker, and those 2 pumps right there just took it over the top with the slickness. I really can't even, I can feel the brush, but it has a different feeling now. It feels like it's just gliding so nice, and it's not thick anymore. Look, that's not thick. I keep adding water, and it is not thick at all. So I'm not going to splay out too much here. I'm going to use the tips of this Badger brush. Yeah, look at that, man. Look at all that soap with just 3 swirls. Wild. Oh, I don't have no whiskers. I'm used to going like this and using my whiskers to help with this lather, but I don't have no whiskers. Let's get it spread out. That feels just amazing. I think maybe we have finally gotten there. Holy crap, man. It took a long time to get there. This is soap takes some serious water. What a wild, crazy base. Guess I'm just not used to it because I haven't busted out this soap in a long time. I just busted out because I seen Dano using it. I figure, oh, he used it today. I'm gonna bust it out for this test. 3 more swirls for Dan. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop doubting myself and trying to overthink it. It's telling me it needs more water. I'm gonna do 1 more pump because it's asking for it. I'm sure at this point you guys are wondering or thinking, just drown it. Just drown it out. Let's see how far it'll go before it drowns out. Pretty crazy. Yeah, there it goes. It thinned out again. And then we'll just take it off with the brush on my chin here. We'll flatten it out and we'll see how all that water just gets completely absorbed by this lather. I almost wanted to put another pump on right there, but let's see what it's going to do. With 3 swirls, I thought I was going to get there. Where are we at? 26 minutes. Holy crap. That is insane. I thought we were going to get there in anywhere between 7 and 20 minutes. Or, I'm sorry, 7 and 15 minutes is where I thought this would take. It would take to build this base here properly. But it's just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm just going to keep going until it's proper, the way it's supposed to be. That it feels proper right there. That finally feels proper, but how many times have I said that? I'll just keep doing this and it'll keep soaking it up. And I'm gonna spin the brush so we don't lose any lather, because there's a big mountain of lather right here. We're gonna agitate it, and then we'll check the piece again. We put enough water in here where we can check the peaks again and see if it's there. And I love this. I love this. This is my favorite part of the whole shave. I get upset when I start shaving because I know, okay, we're at the shave. We're starting to shave. This is the last step, and then we're done. So I don't mind sitting here building lather forever. So much fun. So therapeutic. Self-care. It really, really shoots home that self-care where you're just taking your time and you're enjoying the process. If you don't enjoy the process, then there's no reason for you to be here so long doing this, but I love it. I think it's great. We're going to keep taking it off, painting it on even. Taking it off, painting it on even. Yeah, there's so much soap here. Pretty wild. All right, let's check them peaks. Let's see what it tells us. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. Perfect. I could stretch those out forever. 28 minutes is what it took us to build these peaks the way they're supposed to be properly. With 3 swirls, this is pretty wild base, man. Wild, wild base. This Dry Gold Shave is one of the thirstiest soaps I've tested so far. I can't believe how much water I put on here. And this is very, very strong structure. This stuff is not weak at all. It's not weak at all. So I'm going to put some of this on my face. Let's get some on my hand here. Look at those peaks. Beautiful, beautiful peaks. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, Daniel, 3 more swirls for you, brother. I hope you like this. I hope everybody liked this. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. The next one will be with the boar. So you guys take care of yourselves. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.